You are specially welcome to this segment of the program. Inuagata no Sahai is still my amiable name, and the subject of our conversation this morning is the best time to diversify in business. The best time to diversify in business. You know, to diversify or diversification in business is, in simple terms, is you increasing your product lines, you know, probably also increasing and expanding on your product mix, or just, you know, investing or going into another line of business, another industry, while your existing business is still ongoing. That's diversification in simple terms, very simple, down to earth way, you know, to bring it to the table. Then why diversification? Why do we need to diversify? Why do you as an entrepreneur need to diversify? You know, it's important you understand this. For example, one challenge that happened in the business environment you operate in is the challenge of increased competition. So because of the challenge of increased competition or increasing competition, you need to start thinking about diversification. Now, you may be the sole or the first initiator of a particular business idea, but understand that you are not going to continue to enjoy that monopoly forever and ever. You know, you just cannot continue to enjoy it. Other people are going to come in, even if you are the first initiator of that business idea in your environment. More people are going to come in. They are going to come in to share the market with you. So at the end of the day, your turnover is going to reduce, which will ultimately also affect your profit. Your profit will also reduce as long as your turnover is reducing. So increased competition is one major reason that as an entrepreneur, as a businessman, you need to begin to think about diversification. The subject of our conversation is the best time to diversify in business. So increased competition is one major reason that you need to consider, you know, to start thinking about you diversifying and also going into other line of business or increasing your product lines or your product mix. This is very key. The another issue we also face in our business environment that, you know, will make you to start considering diversification is unfavorable government policies. Unfavorable government policies. Now, there are times that government may just come up with a policy that can suffocate the industry you are operating in. Now, if it's suffocating the industry you are operating in, it also means that it's suffocating your business in that industry. And so, you know, so many unforeseen circumstances happen. So diversification is a way that you can mitigate, you know, this risk of, you know, government bringing in unfavorable policy on board, so that at the end of the day, you know, your personal finance, your family economy, you know, will not be so affected. So diversification can just be an insurance cover that you can use to make sure that you ensure continuous cash inflow for your business, for yourself, for your family. This is so key. We are looking at the best time to diversify. Another reason that you need to also look at to consider diversifying is changes in customers' preference. Changes in customers' preference. Look at it this way. You started a business in a particular area, and when you look at the demography of that area, is dominated with 15 years old, with 20 years old and 25 years old. That age range. That's the, you know, the demography dominance in that area. That's what the demography that dominates that particular area. And you have product offering and service offering for this demography, 15 years, 20 years and 25 years. Your product offering, your service offering is focused on this age range. Now, fast forward 15 years into the future. The man that is, the young teenager that was 15 years is now 30 years. Then the dude that was, 20 years is now 35 years. And the lady that was, 25 years is now 40 years. Now, what excites a 15 years old will no longer excite him or her when he or she is 30, or when he or she is, 35, or when he or she is 40. So this is one major reason that you need to consider, that will start helping you to consider, to think about, to start considering diversification. People's preference change with time. You are in that business area, the people that dominates the area, you know, the demography is 15 years old, is 20 years old, is 25 years old. Now it's after 15 years. You are still selling the same product at a site that got them excited when they were 15, got them excited when they were 20. Now they are 30, now they are 45. Sometimes, you know, some of them may even become 50. You can't just keep on holding on to, you know, those product offering and those service offering. You need to think about diversifying. You need to think about, you know, increasing your product lines, increasing your product mix, or just going into another line of business. Why that one will still running to also cover for the new generation of young people that are equally coming to the table. This is so important. These are the very key reasons you need to diversify. Then, when is the best time to diversify? That is our subject, the best time to diversify in business. Now, the best time to diversify in business is not when you are just starting out as a newbie in business. You may have the cash reserve in your bank that you have saved over time, and then you started business A. And while business A is about to is just starting, you are starting business B. You may not have the psychological resiliency or the emotional stamina to be able to handle the teething problems that both business A and business B will be bringing on board. Every business that is just starting, that is just being incubated, has its own teething problems. Business A is bringing up its teething problems. Business B is bringing up its teething problems. And, you know, that may be too much pressure on your emotions. That may be too much pressure on your psychology. This is very important. Now, there are even cases whereby, you know, government agency that is responsible for regulating business A, you know, will be on your neck. And also the government agency that is regulating business B will also be on your neck. That will just be too much psychological pressure. That will be too much emotional pressure. So you need to be wise. Even if you have the cash reserve, calm down. Let that business start growing. Let it run through the wrong way, like the airplane. Let it gather momentum. Let it allow it to be able to defeat gravity and then take off, make that upthrust into the sky. Then it's now flying. When it's flying, it's enjoying success. That is the best time to now diversify. When the business is enjoying success, it's the best time to diversify. Just, you know, start taking some, a part of the money reserved from that business that is now flying, that is succeeding, and then, you know, you start another line of business. That business is strong. It has momentum. It has capacity. While the new business is going through its teething problem, there is another succeeding business that will be there to help out to weather, you know, that season of it giving out, of it experiencing teething problems. This is so important. The best time to diversify is when your business is now flying, when it's enjoying success. It is not when it is just starting. This is so important. And also, the best time not to diversify is when a business is failing. The ship is already sinking. When the business is failing, is also the best time, is the worst time to diversify. The business is is struggling. You know, the business is trying to stand. The business is trying to survive. It's like it has gone through the, you know, growth cycle. The sales is declining. Profit is declining. The business is trying to stand. And then the business that is struggling, that is failing, that, you know, there's so much competition. You know, government policy or favorable one is struggling, is suffocating it. You know, consumer preference has changed. It was succeeding before, but now it's failing. Things are declining. You are now trying to diversify from a failing business. What it may translate to is that the business that is dying, that is failing, and the new one that you are trying to start will just collapse together. And that will not be too good for your psychology, to not be too good for your emotion, to not be too good for the economy, to not be too good for your family. I believe that lots of value have been added to you. Just connect with me through my name or my social media handles. Let's take this conversation higher. Ask your questions, and then I provide answers straight to you from my device, and then we'll move Nigeria forward. I'll be seeing you next week, Wednesday. And when I return, I will still remain the amiable. Inuarata no Sahai. God bless you.